That way people can still think through things. Come on in. Okay? And gives time to think. So let's see how you do with the very first number string, okay? So think through the answer. Just put your thumb up. What do you got?
32.
32. And how did you get that?
I knew 16 times 1 is 16, so I went to 16. I added 16 plus 16 in my mind, gave me 32.
Okay, so you knew that 16 times 1. So one space here, and there's 16 rows that way, right? And then you said you added another one. So you said 16 and 16 equal
32.
Another way we can write that is just 16 plus. Someone solve it a different way? Rishi?
Another way is like, first I knew that 6 plus 6 is 12. Then I had 6 plus 6, that was 12, so I put the 2 at the bottom. I put 1 at the top because 12 is 2 more than 10. And then I added the 2 ones and the 10 that was already there. That gave me 3.
Okay, so you didn't really put the 1 on top. You put a 10 into the tens column.
Yeah.
Okay. So really what you did, you said 6 plus 6 is 12. And then you did 10 plus 10. And then together that equals 30.
Yeah.
So instead of carrying and borrowing, don't forget you can do that. What's another way of saying 6 plus 6? What's another way of saying 6 plus 6? This part you can put your hands up if you want.
3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3.
Okay. How many groups of 6 do I have when I say 6 plus 6?
2 groups of 6.
2 groups of 6. Just like our multiplication, okay? Okay, let's try the next one. So you got the answers? Put your thumb up. Oh, I should have the answer here.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, what do you got? I don't know everyone's name, so yeah.
So I got 160.
And how did you get that?
Because I added 10 16 times.
So you basically did 16 plus 16 plus 16 plus 16. You kept going?
Yeah.
And you did that in your head?
No, I did 10.
10.
Did you do 10 16 times? Oh, sorry. Okay, so you didn't do this one. You did 10 plus 10. And you still did that in your head?
Yeah.
Wow, that's fast. I don't know if I could do that in my head. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. What do you observe with adding repeated addition? What do you observe? It takes a really long time, right? What do you notice though about What do you notice about that answer? Why don't you talk to someone next to you? What do you notice about that answer? Talk to someone next to you. What do you notice? One, two, three. What do you notice? What do you notice about that number there? Yeah.
Like if we do 16 times 10, that will give us 160.
That would be correct. The answer was 160. But what do you notice about this number? It's 160, and then what we kind of multiplied by? Gunjan?
We actually multiplied by 10.
We did multiply by 10. Anything other interesting? Courage?
You like do 10 plus 10, right? Right, when count it in your head, right?
Yeah. So that's what the strategy was, to count all the time in our head. But I wanted to actually take a look at this number. 16 times 10 equaled 160.
I think like if you took the 1 away from the 16 and you took the multiplying sign away, and then you switched 6 and 1, it would give the answer.
Oh, so if I took this away like that?
And then you switched a 6 and 1.
Oh, I want to actually flip it.
Yeah.
But then I would have 116. Though you are thinking some things. This is interesting thinking. Yeah, all the way back.
It's sort of like 6 times 10, only 10 more.
Like 6 times 10. Okay, I see that. What is 6 times 10? 60.
You just have to add a 0 in the 16. Get the answer.
I just put a 0 at the end.
I was guided.
Okay, we'll come back to that in a minute. I put a 0. What do you mean?
You take the 1 away and multiply the sign away.
Okay, so I took those away. Basically, it's the answer. Do you know why I just add the 0 1? Do you know why? Parmveer?
The 6 multiplied 0 is 0.
That would be correct. Yeah.
Because you're multiplying by 10.
Yeah. Do you know what a 0 is?
Yeah.
What does 0 mean?
Nothing.
It is? Does it have anything else?
There's 0 ones.
There is 0 ones. Does 0 mean anything else besides nothing?
No.
Does it have any other mathematical value to it?
No. 0 tens.
0 tens. In this case, we don't have 0 tens, though. We have 6 tens. We have 0 ones.
We have 0 hundreds.
Nope, we have 1 100.
We have 0 thousands.
You're correct. We have 0 thousands. 0 is a placeholder. So imagine the number. What if I did 106? So the 0 here, yes, that means 0 tenths, but it actually holds the place of a 10. If I didn't have that 0 there, I would just have the number 16. What would you rather have, $16 or $106?
$106.
Yeah, so that 0 actually makes a lot more sense. What if I wrote the equation like this? 16 times 1 times 10. Would that be the same thing?
Yes. No. Yes.
Talk to someone next to you. Would that be the same thing?
Just add 100 more.
Okay, 1, 2. Can I write this? Is this the same thing as this?
Yes.
Why? Hey, Ash, come on. Why is that the same thing?
Because 16 multiplied by 1 equals 16, and 16 multiplied by 10 equals 160.
Yeah. Okay, let's try one. Let's try another one here. You ready for this one? If you're stuck, I want you to think about what we just talked about, and look at the strings as we go down. Okay? So you remember for this, just put your thumb up and you're thinking. 16 times 20. What do you think? And when you know it, just put your thumb. You got it. Don't say it. You got it. No, don't say it. Not sure.
I'm thinking.
Okay. Then, as soon as you get it, put your thumb up. If you're still thinking, just keep it there. Okay? If you're stuck, think about what's happened through our strings. Can you share your answer, Courage?
Yes.
Yeah, what did you get?
I got 170 because 16 times 10 is 160. So that flew into my mind, right? That is 170.
Okay, so what you did was added one more 10. You added only one more 10, one more group of 10 though. But I agree with your first part. And I love how you said 16 times 10 was 160. We said that, right?
Yeah.
How many 10s do I have here? How many 10s do I have? I have 20 10s? I have the number 20. I don't think I have 20 10s. 20 10s would be 200. How many 10s do I actually have? 2. So if I did one group of 10, how many more groups of 10 do I have to add to this? Good job. One more.
Mr.
Yeah?
Cora, like Miss Solti's calling Cora. It's like to Miss Malik's room.
Oh, okay. Cool. Do you want to go to Miss Malik's room?
I'm just gonna stay here and do some fun math. I'm having fun.
So 160 plus 160, what's the answer then? What would the answer be then? What would the answer be? Savannah?
For me, the answer is 132 because for the first question it was 32. You did 16 multiplied by 2, but then you added a 10, so it's 132.
Okay, but I didn't add a 10.
Yeah, like you added
No, well, 16, I didn't add 20 though.
Oh.
Right? Is there any adding signs in here?
no.
But I like what you said. You said 16 times 2. But how do I get the 2 to become 20? How do I get 2 to become 20? Yeah. Yeah, so if I'm going to add the placeholder, what do I have to multiply by?
You have to multiply by 10.
Yeah. So that I agree with Tamana being that this is 32, but then I have to multiply that by 10s.
I know that is
What's the answer?
320.
320. Yeah. What do you notice about this answer here and some of the strings that we've done before? What do you notice about that?
I noticed that you know how you multiplied it?
Yeah?
I know that when you do 16 times 2, you get 32, right? And then you put the 10 and you add the 0 after that, which is
What have I done? Can you talk to your partners really quickly? What have I done to this number 20 in this number sentence here?
So what I've done is
Miss Malik. I know you're having fun here. Miss Malik needs you to go. Okay? Do you know what Miss Malik is?
So Mr. Singh is we got the 2.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. What have I done to the number? Because obviously I didn't do 16 times 20. I did something here. What did I do to it? What did I do to the number?
Attention staff and students, the alarm going off is the generator alarm. Please, our custodian is checking into it. Thank you.
What have I done to that? Mike?
Like you cut off the 0 out of 20, and then you times it 10. So like 16 times 2 equals 32, and then you do times 10, so we can get 320.
Do you know what mathematicians call that? We don't actually call it cutting off. I didn't actually cut anything of that. But it's a good way of describing it, because I think that's what we've done. We've actually, I separated the 2 and the groups of 10. Do you know what that's called?
Like separating it?
Yeah, do you know what it's called?
No.
Starts with an A. It's called the associative property of multiplication. Associative property. Can you say that? So associative property means that I can take the number 20 and I can split it into its place values, into its groups. So I can say 2, because 2 times this part here is really that. But it's a lot easier to multiply 16 by 2, is it not? Than 16 by 20. You ready to try one? I know my time is done, but let's try one more. Let's see what you do with it.
What's the camera?
You're making e-pigs. Huh? You're making e-pigs. Okay. Think about what we just said about splitting numbers about. Make it easier to help you out. This is a big jump, I know. It's okay.
72.
72. How did you get that?
I did 12 times 3,
Okay.
which equaled 86. Then timed it by 2.
Okay. Is that 3 though? So you're on the right track. I love what you did there. 12, instead of 12 times 3 though, 12 times... And what is this? Is there another way I can write 12 times 3? Like 12 times 30 like I did up here to make it easier?
Oh.
So like first we can do 12 times 3, and then we add a 0.
Well, we don't add a 0.
Oh,
We have to multiply by
multiply by 10.
10. So what's 12 times 3? Rishi?
36.
36 times 10? Yeah. 360. And then I still need to multiply that by, not by another 10, by 2. Which is like doubling, right? So if I doubled 360, I get
660.
that's 660.
No.
It's a little bit harder to think through. 720. 6 and 6 is 120. 3 and 3 is 6. This one's a little harder, but guess what, grade 4s? This, if you can figure it out using the associative properties, this is a grade 5 expectation. But look how using the associative property helps us think about splitting numbers up to be easier. So instead of saying 12 times 30, well, we know 12 times 3. All of you did that like this, right? And then multiply that by 10, and then multiply that by the end. Good job. Some good thinking. Thank you so much for letting me be your videotape you on this number string. Okay.
Videotape?